an S-10 pickup LSX swap. So this truck has a current performance wiring harness. The way they wire it, for even with dual fans, is to wire both fans using two relays, which they add. Sorry, you can't see that. There's two gray relays that they add to the harness, but they both run. They run each fan individually, but they're both controlled by the low-speed fan pin on the ECM. So my thread on S10 forum in the LSX section outlines how to add the second pin to the ECM and set up two additional relays to wire them as GM did if you have two fans installed. And the way they do that is that the low speed enables a serial configuration which runs them at half speed, and then a parallel configuration which runs them on high. So mine's been wired, it works fine, it's temperature controlled, and if you can see, so let me bring up the editor. Sorry, the phone's ringing. So if you bring up the editor, if you put in fan type 2 fans, let's see if that'll show up. You can put fan 1 and fan 2 at different temperatures as they should be. Fan 1 means low speed operation, fan 2 means high speed operation. So fan 2 is when it gets to a higher temperature, you turn those on. So mine are set at 201 on, 196 off for the low speed, and then 210, 205 I think for the high speed. My configuration here, I think I have a stocked 185 thermostat. The low speed never turns off. So there is some steady state depending on your cooling system. It's a function of fan throughput, radiator capacity, coolant overall capacity, and things like that. And of course how hot the engine runs. So let me go to the scanner. So in the VCM scanner, you can go to once you hook up to and connect to the ECM, you can go to displays. This isn't going to show up, is it? And then you can go down to VCM controls. And when you open that up, there's a couple tabs here, general, transmission, and then the third one is fans. And what they show is fan low and fan high. And these are the same configurations as fan 1 and fan 2 on the VCM editor. So when you click on fan low, they kick on, and this is low, and the engine's not running. And when the engine is running, this is about the same level. You can't see them, unfortunately. I don't think you can. Yeah, there's no way to see them in there. So then I can turn them off. So what happens in normal operation is it gets up to a temperature, in my case 201. The fans kick on like this, and if it hits 210, they kick on like that. And as you can hear, they're pretty loud. And then this is off. So my fans now have 3 states: off, low, and high. It never really comes off of low. It hasn't been warm here. It's hit maybe 70 degrees, but so far, even in traffic, it never comes above 204. That's the highest temperature I've hit yet in this truck. So low speed is actually pretty good. And keep in mind, low speed, so 2 fans in serial, the airflow, the CFM, is not going to be half. It's going to be somewhere in the order of 30 to 40%. And that's just a function of fan speed versus voltage, and then fan CFM versus fan speed. And when you do the math, it works out to be about 40%. So, but 40% in this case seems to be enough to keep the thing cool, and we'll see what it does in the hot summer days when those end up arriving. So I hope that's helpful. The schematic is on my thread on S10 forum. I'll put a link in the description, but that's all I got. And here's a beauty shot. All right, thanks. I hope that's helpful.